Hola amigos, hola amigas, Dorian here from Hoover Lux. Welcome, bienvenido, croeso, assalamu alaikum, konnichiwa, chesh, yakshimash, howdy y'all, hope you're all okay. So it is Sunday today and we are making a video. Now you might be able to see here, if I just pull it in, I have this Dyson ball thing sitting on my desk. Now you might be wondering why I have this Dyson ball sitting here in front of me. So this week we are going to do a series of videos. I have a visitor, one of my subscribers and also a fellow YouTuber, and he's come up for the day and we're going to do some videos which are going to span the whole of the week. Not every day, don't worry about it. Just Monday, Wednesday, Tuesday, Thursday and Sunday. So without further ado, I would like to introduce to you a friend, fellow subscriber and a wannabe, Ben.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, hey girl.
Hey girl.
Hey girl. So you came and visited me today.
Yep.
And we're going to be doing some videos. Why did you bring me this piece of plastic rubbish?
Well, because probably my best bargain to date. I only paid £40 for it.
And why did you pay only £40 for this magnificent piece of Dyson engineering?
Because her son had used it to hoover up the base of a cheesecake. So it got nicknamed the Vomit Vac because it absolutely stunk. So I've cleaned it all out to the best that I can. It's a little whiffy.
It's not too bad. I can imagine it being really, really, really stinky when you first started.
Yeah, it was horrific. We can remember I video called you, didn't I, and cleaned out all of the inside pipe.
So this is what? This is the Dyson DC what?
DC75 Cinetic.
So this is the DC75 Cinetic, and in the shops new these cost
500, I think.
500 quid, and Ben paid
40
quid for it because some div decided to hoover up the base of a cheesecake. So what happened was, luckily he wasn't using the head when he was vacuuming up the cheesecake. He was using the hose. So thank God that he was just using the hose and not the head, because it would have been completely wrecked. So all the remnants of the oil and grease from the cheesecake got stuck inside the piping, into the handle, the tube, and some of it did actually get into the vacuum cleaner, but I don't think it got into the, it didn't get too bad into the cyclone. So what did you do to clean this up? How far did you take it apart?
I could only get really as far as, I will show you. I could really only get as far as cleaning the shroud at the top, because I didn't have the screws to actually undo the bottom.
Are they little torque screws, are they?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
But I have watched a video on how to do it, but it was just far too complicated.
So what I think you should do, because I need to say, of course, the next part of this is Ben contacted Dyson and they sent him, what did they send you?
A new cyclone.
Yep.
They sent me a new bin.
Yep.
And the original head, this isn't the original head, this is off my DC41. But the original head kept on making a real clattery noise. There was nothing wrong with, in terms of the brush bar stiffness, and also the slider on the top from minimum to maximum kept on working its way over to maximum while you were using it. So when I called them, I gave them the serial number and they said, oh, that's a 2015 machine. That's still got warranty on it until 2019. And they just sent me out all new parts for absolutely nothing. So all in all,
so just
40 quid
here on
machine.
the side, we've got the first box. What is that box?
This is a cyclone.
So we got sent a cyclone.
And a bin.
Hide the address. A bin, because you wouldn't want anyone sending you an Avalier in the post for free, would you? Like,
well, no.
And
a new brush roll.
And a new brush roll head, the whole head mechanism as well. So we got all these parts to put on here. So what are you going to do with this now? When you go home, are you going to do a video on dismantling this?
No, what I was going to do is, if anyone is interested and can take it apart or whatever, then you are welcome to contact me or contact Dorian. Everything works on it, and the suction, everything's fine, and I've cleaned it out to the best of my ability. But if anyone's got any more extensive knowledge on how to do it, you're welcome to have it.
It just smells like old man cheese.
Yeah. So, but the like I say, the brush roll on it, it's fine and it does work. But I think it just needs a bit of TLC. But obviously, because I got the bits for nothing off Dyson.
Well, I'll put a link in the video description to your channel.
Sure.
And then people then can go onto your channel and then they can contact you direct. To be honest, and just pay the postage or whatever.
Yeah.
And the parts are yours. It's very nice of Ben. See, he is a very nice person. Deep down somewhere. Okay, so there we go. So what we're going to do is, I'm not going to be heading up this video. You're the Dyson expert. I haven't got a clue. So you are the one that's going to be sorting this out. I'm just gonna be your assistant, your glamorous assistant. Yes. So what I'm gonna do, first of all, I'm gonna bring the camera a little bit closer because you really don't want to be seeing our ugly mugs on you. Do you know what I mean? So I'm gonna bring the camera a bit closer to focus on the vacuum, and then Ben then will talk you through what he's gonna do and to take all the parts apart. So I've brought the camera a little bit closer now so you can see the vacuum. And Ben, take it away.
Okay, well first I'll start with taking off the cleaner head and replacing that with the new one.
Shall I unbox it for you?
You could.
Knife. Ooh, look at that.
Pretty.
It's pretty.
I mean, in terms of warranty with Dyson, I know that people moan and say, oh, they're not very good at agitation, suction. These cleaner heads have come a long way for Dyson. In terms of cleaning ability. However, with mine, what I do, which I saw on performance reviews, to increase airflow, I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but on the new one there is this guard here.
Oh yeah.
The plastic guard. And by taking that out, which I have done on this one, it increases massively a massive amount of airflow through the carpet.
Is it easy to take it out?
Yeah.
Okay, right, go on then. Okay, so Ben is looking for screwdrivers. And what I'm going to do the filming, because I'm going to move the camera around. So excuse any juddering. And, because this is the first time Ben's been here, so I just pointed him in the direction of the tools. And he has absolutely no idea where they all are. Okay, so what are you doing there now? What are you taking off?
Taking off both sides of the brush bar.
Right.
So then I can get to that plastic guard underneath. It really narrows the suction path on it, which whenever I have serviced any of these for friends or family, they're all blocked.
Okay,
right
so the gunk gets stuck behind it, does it?
It just seems to just build up there, and also underneath it. So then you can see all under that bit where all the dust and all the dirt seems to kind of congregate underneath.
Because I recently cleaned up my friend Jack's DC50 and I took the head apart. And that was a lot simpler. That seems a lot more complicated. The brush roll in that one was just all one part. That's in two different parts.
Yeah, this is fiddly. But then once it's done, it does make a huge difference in terms of performance. I need a star key.
Yeah, the brushes on this are pretty. That one.
Oh, there we go. Yeah. I didn't actually think this would make much of a difference, but it does make a real noticeable difference, especially with the contact it has to the floor.
Okay.
So I was quite impressed with it. And then...
So how... Okay.
That out.
Oh, right, okay. So this is what causes issues.
Yeah, it seems to just restrict it so much. Now, I don't know, I never did see if, on Performance Review's video, whether he put these screws back in. I always do, because otherwise you're left with great gaping hole either side, and I'm not entirely sure what it connects to on the other side.
Exactly, I guess it could sort of like leak dust as well into it, so yeah.
So I do tend to put these back in.
Up. Yeah, that's a good idea. It's like on the old Hoover Juniors, when I remove the screws and the brackets for the suppressor, I have to put the empty bracket and the screws back in, because that is an integral part of holding the commutator housing into place, which I learned right. Big error. So you like Dysons?
I like the newer Dysons, so the DC41 Mark II, anything really with this brush roll.
Okay, so the power head brush roll lens from anything like that. Okay.
It just makes such a difference. It's the first Dyson that I have ever come across that really agitates. The DC15 ball, which Steve showed in one of his videos, it does groom the carpet well. Yeah. And it is definitely aggressive, but it doesn't seem to agitate, whereas these do. They are quite aggressive on the carpet.
So what was it like your parents that had like the DC01 or something, or
no?
What's your earliest memory?
Earliest memory was probably... Actually, no, you're probably right, it is the DC01, which was bought for an elderly relative. She'd had a straight suction Electrolux canister, don't ask me what it was, for God knows how many years, and convinced her to get a DC01, and the muck that came out of her carpet was unreal.
Because it was a cylinder, wasn't it, she had?
Yeah.
So like all those years of just slight suction, no agitation.
Sliding over the carpet.
Yeah, exactly. Oh my God, I bet it was incredible. Because I remember, I wasn't there when my parents had their first DC01. I was abroad. So when I came home, that's what they had. And I quite liked it, I have to say. It's just the only thing there's two things why I don't like Dysons. One of them is empty in the bin.
Because of this, because you can't get the brush roller.
That's because you're thick. It's nothing to do with Dyson. That's because Ben's thick.
You have to... There we are.
Oh,
done.
Oh, he's done it. And, yeah.
Can you pass me that other screw that dropped on the floor, please?
Yes.
Thank you, assistant.
You know, it takes me a lot of effort to get down because of the size. And
the
back
age.
up.
And the age.
I haven't got the highest age. Did you know my parents' friends got divorced over a Dyson?
Okay.
Obviously, I can't mention names because of the video, but she always wanted a Dyson, right? So she wanted a Dyson, she wanted a Dyson, she wanted a Dyson. Her husband, who was as tight as God knows what, said, okay, he relented. When he came home, he brought her not a DC01, but some other variant of a bagless, because it was like £150 cheaper. When she got it, she threw it through the front windows of the house. Now, we lived in a terraced house, right? So, like, you know, terraced in front, next to each other. She smashed her front window by throwing the vacuum cleaner through the window.
She was a savage lady.
And got divorced.
Wow.
Yeah, a divorce over a DC01. And that's a true story as long as I stand here.
Wow.
Yeah. Right, okay, so you got that back together.
That's all done.
Right, okay. So
now
now
it's ready to be fit to the machine.
Okay.
Removing the red cuff. We'll put the older one to one side and bring this closer in. Balance the back on there. Then aligning up the electrical connectors and the suction port. I never know which way. Always second try normally to put these on.
So that's it. That's just clipped on and held in by that cuff.
Yep.
Oh wow.
Which is quite good in terms of if you've got any blockages. No, it's the other way. There we are. Done.
Excellent. Let's wind you back up. Yep.
So in theory, really, this will be as good as, other than the motor, it will be as good as a new machine when it's done. If you could open the next box for me, please.
Which is the next box you'd like? Boss?
We'll go with the Cyclone.
Cyclone? Was this big one?
Yep. Wow. Now I don't know whether...
Oh wow, that's lovely and shiny.
I know. I don't know, I mean, I don't really know what the difference will be in terms of suction on the machine, because I don't know how caked the old one was.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it might make a massive difference. This has definitely got more power and more suction than my DC41 Mark II.
Okay.
But I think this is a 1300... Yeah, it is. It's a 1300 watt machine. So it's before the new law came in.
Yeah. So what are they now? They're 900, are they? Or they're 800? Are they lower?
I think they're 800, I guess.
Because it's one thing I've noticed is, and I'd never really thought of it before, Steve from Mad About Hoovers, he'll be interested in this because he loves Dysons. He's got one of those plugs you plug in that monitors the wattage coming into the vacuum.
Oh, okay.
And they always seem to be lower than what's stated on the vacuum.
Oh, right.
Always.
That's weird.
Yeah, I know. It's kind of like, it seems to be sort of like, it's a max, but it doesn't actually give out that wattage. It could be just a little bit less. So, yeah. You didn't get a new bin with that. It was just the...
No, I did. It's in this box.
All right, okay. Sorry, you're going to have to get it yourself now. I'm pissed off being... Oops, I'll have to edit that out.
So a nice, new, shiny bin.
Oh, wow.
I mean, because, I'll show you the difference. An old one, as soon as fine dirt starts swelling around these because of the cyclone action, that's it, you're done for. They go cloudy. There is a little bit of a trick that you can do before they get too bad, and that is line the inside of them with hairspray, which Alex did at Pneumatic Vacuum. And it does work. I think this one was a little bit too far gone. I did try it. But
so that's after you've washed it and everything. That is...
Yeah. Well, I mean,
it's got a bit of
cleanup
dust,
and everything.
Oh, God.
It would probably come up a bit better, but nowhere near. But after a few vacuums, and as soon as you start to pick up any fine dust, that's it.
Well, someone gave me a hint about spraying some of the spray wax, you know, the Demon Shine.
Yeah.
They said if you put that on the inside, it acts as a kind of from new. It kind of acts as a coating. It's underneath there. It's pink. It's in a pink bottle.
There.
Got it?
Yep.
Now I've just gone and got some cloths for him. Ta-da!
So have you tried this yet?
No, I haven't yet. No, because I haven't got a Dyson, which
this is where
new.
it ruins my brand new bin. So I probably won't thank Dorian after this. You spray it on the cloth first or on the inside?
I've just sprayed a bit on the inside and then just sort of like.
You seem quite blasé about something you've never tried.
Well, it's only a bit of plastic, you know what I mean? Made in Malaysia by children, so that'll be enough.
Well, that's it. That smeared it.
Dyson, may I have a new bin? My stupid friend.
Oh, yeah, that's the other thing. After what I've just done with the brush roll, I don't know how that affects warranty.
Yes.
So, you know, you're doing that kind of at your own free will.
Warning.
Warning.
Warning. Achtung. Do it at your own risk.
But I mean, if anything ever goes wrong with it, just stick the plastic bit back in.
But to be honest, I'm not really surprised that you had such a good experience with Dyson on their warranties, because you know they are a good company.
Well, I can't fault them. I've
No.
got a V6 and DC41, as I've mentioned, and I mentioned to them about the bins getting cloudy on both of those. They both sent new bins. I washed the filters on the V6 and it didn't perform the same afterwards for some unknown reason. It's the Absolute, so it's the pink one with the HEPA filter on the back that you can unscrew.
Right, okay.
And it never performed the same. It sounded like it was on max suction constantly. But they've just been fantastic. They've sent out new bits and everything whenever I've needed them. Absolutely no qualms.
Yeah.
No questions. I haven't had to send any other bits back. The only thing that they did ask for with this machine was because I asked for another post motor filter.
Okay.
But because it is 1, 2, 3, 4, I think it's about 5 or 6 screws to actually get into it, they said I need to send an engineer out.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I mean, you can buy them on eBay for about £30.
Original ones.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not bad.
The genuine ones. So if you do want to change it or whatever, this one, I don't think the smell of the Vomback has actually gone that far through the motor.
Yeah.
So I think we should be all right, because I can't smell anything actually coming from the motor anymore anyway.
No.
And I've put a couple of air fresheners in it, and it seems to be fine. So let's get on with putting this together. There we go. She is complete.
Wow. Now the best thing about this is that Ben has had these parts for what, like over a week?
I know,
and you have
itching.
resisted the temptation to do it, and I take my hat off to you, because I couldn't.
The
I
boxes
would
have
not.
been sat there, haven't they, for like a week, probably
just
over a week,
wouldn't-
probably about 10 days.
And you've been sending me pictures every few days going, they're still in the box.
Still haven't touched them.
You still haven't touched them.
So yeah, I've persevered. I've been itching to, but no, I haven't. So I've saved it for Hooverlooks.
Oh, bless y'all. Bless y'all. Right, plug it in, bitch. Let's go.
Okay.
Don't get electrocuted. Whoa.
Whoa. She's firing.
Whoa.
She's ready.
Girl.
Put all these bits to the side. I was like, whoa, keep it on. I don't know about anybody else, but I do find that this has better agitation when it's on minimum.
See, I always put mine in the middle.
Well, I don't really know, because I mean, really, all it is that squeegee at the front.
Exactly.
I mean, on the middle setting, I mean, I don't have it down for hard floors because it just sucks that hard that it seems to put too much stress on the motor.
So that's on max, yeah? That's the
on max at the moment.
And what about middle?
There.
It doesn't really raise it much, does it?
I think it's more of a on or an off. It's kind of, there's no real in between with it.
Yeah.
But I do feel like the agitation is better when the squeegee front isn't down.
Okay.
So, right,
Right, switch it on, check the suction.
Look at that agitation already.
Oh, hang on.
That is aggressive.
Oh, wow, yes.
Look at all that dirt going straight in the bin just from this little bit.
Wow, look at that.
I mean that.
I can't believe it's picked up that from just my mat.
Yep. That's what I mean. You kept on slating it.
Wow.
this is the thing that really annoys me about this.
That's just it. Is the finger touching.
You can take the cyclone out. There's a bit of static on it because it's new, so it has got a little bit in there. But you know, I mean, that's just what I cannot stress enough.
That is just
how
mad.
aggressive that is, and that has just come out of this very dirty person's mouth.
Wow. It's all fluff and fibres, isn't it?
Anyone that watches Hooverlux videos, you see how often Dorian vacuums
I
this
do,
with Hoovers
with
all the time.
With my pneumatics over there, I always just...
pneumatics or anything that you're testing with a brush roll or without.
Yeah.
And that's pulled that out already.
Oh my God, that's disgusting. So are we going to give it a floor test?
We will.
Right, okay. So what I'm going to do now, we're going to do a Mad About Mess. We're going to move the vacuum cleaner and we're going to do some testing on the carpet here in the studio. So I've got the room set up here in the studio. What we're going to do, we're going to do a pre-clean, a pre-vacuum with the Miele S7. So Ben's going to do a pre-vacuum of the area. Then what we're going to do is a test after with his Dyson to see how much it's picked up that the Miele S7 has missed. So take it away.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to go in that direction first, and then I'm going to go that way, and then I'm going to come back up myself.
Okay.
So then it is, you know, it's
a deep clean.
Yeah, a thorough deep clean on it.
Okay.
So I think that's got it clean.
Yeah, that's clean. Definitely, yeah.
So now we'll go over with the Cinetic. I'll keep it on minimum on the brush head.
Okay.
And then we can kind of base it really just on that.
Okay.
So just like everyday use, not faffing about with it.
Yeah. Wow.
I mean, a lot of that is carpet fibres.
Yes.
We take the bin off.
Yeah,
I think
but if
it's
you
because
think about it, this carpet is like, what, 9 years old, and has been vacuumed and washed I don't know how many times, and it's still pulled up loose fibres. Wow.
There is still some, I mean, there's quite a bit still of fine dirt, especially around the seals.
Yes. Yeah, there is, yeah.
And sand. I mean, that's
really impressive. That's really impressive what it's pulled out.
I mean, you can hear how aggressive that is on the carpet.
Yeah, I can. You can actually. You can actually hear it beating. The bristles on it, they're quite stiff actually. Very, very impressive.
So, I mean, the main reason I really like this is, I mean, I normally have my Centria.
Yeah.
I've made to look like a Century or two that you've seen in my videos.
Yeah.
As my everyday.
Yeah.
But I find this easier to use. It's more conventional. Hose is just a lot easier. It's lighter.
Yeah.
And I do give my carpets like a good going over with the Centura every so often.
Yeah.
You know, to get a real good deep down clean. But then I know that the whole element of he who vacuums last wins.
Yeah.
But this is on occasion pulled out tons more dirt.
Yeah.
Than what the curb is actually left behind.
I mean, you've got 2 dogs and they both molt.
Yeah.
So you need something like that.
So
how do you find using it sort of like then on hard floor?
I haven't got any smooth hard floor at home, but it does glide. I found the Miele quite bulky to use in terms of steering and agility.
Yeah.
Definitely the ball I prefer. I don't know if anyone else has found that with these, is that they do get quite hot.
All right. Okay.
They do get quite warm to touch from the exhaust filter.
But
I don't
again,
know if
that
that's
could
normal.
You might
Cinetic.
find that, is it warm now?
Yeah, it is. It is quite warm.
Right. Okay. I'm just thinking maybe it was something to do with possibly the issue with the cheesecake in it. It could have possibly causing a little bit of an issue. But yeah.
So
that's
should we do
very
some
good.
Mad About Mess now and do a bit of agitation?
Yeah, exactly. Let's take a look at some agitation. So, my friends, we have put down some Mad About Mess. And I've also put the contents of what we'd picked up on the worktop, on the workbench, and also when we did the quick demo as well. So, I went and I emptied the bin. And I used George to vacuum it all out, so it is absolutely immaculate. So what we're going to be doing in this part is we're going to be looking at the agitation, because, to be honest, I was very surprised at the agitation that it did give. But that's a workbench. The workbench is empty underneath. The top isn't bolted on. You know, I could fart and it would bounce. So what we're going to do is really check the visual on the agitation as Ben. So I'm going to lay down on the floor like a freaking slug.
Sleep.
And fire away. So it has left a few bits in the middle for its line of embarrassment, but again, that's where the motor mechanism is, so that's inevitable. But you can see where the belt was, yeah, the belt, where the belt was is flat, and the pile on this yacky old cracky old carpet is actually being brought up. And the agitation, I mean, it's no Hoover Ranger and it's no Hoover Junior, but it is really, for a modern vacuum, it has done a good job. And you know me, viewers, I'm not a fan of Dysons, but I really did enjoy that. I thought I was very impressed.
See, I've been trying to persuade you for ages.
Girl, I ain't going there. Okay, so what we're going to do now is that we're just going to watch Ben pick up the rest of it. Wow. Why is it all ginger?
Oh, it must be from when you've trimmed.
Does it smell of wee?
It does actually.
Ew. Okay, right. Let's finish off this video. Let's wrap it up. So there we go, my friends. That is the demo and the replacement parts for this wonderful DC. What was it?
75.
DC75. I can never remember the numbers. Genuinely, I can't. I'm terrible. Really, really bad. So the DC75, it works really, really well, and I can highly recommend it. Personally, I wouldn't have one myself unless it was free. But yeah, no, it did do a really good job. I can recommend it. It was good. So this is the first part of the 3 videos that we're going to be doing today for this week. So I hope you've enjoyed this first one. It's been really a lot of fun doing this with Ben. He's a really nice guy. Like I said, I'll put his channel in the video description underneath. So please do check it out as well. And he'll be doing some more demos with this vacuum as well. Checking to see how it goes up and down stairs. Rugs compared to carpets, because I know that Ben's got rugs in his house and a lot of hard floors and uneven hard floors as well. So it'll be really good to see how it actually works, you know, how it does.
That's the other reason that I don't have the Kirby out so often, because I live in an old house. All the floors are different heights, and it's just such a pain lifting them up and down all the time.
Yeah, exactly.
So, but no, yeah. I am really impressed with it.
Yeah, I am really impressed as well. So anyway, so I will see you now in a few days. Join us for the next video in this week of the Ben series. Don't make his head grow too big. And I'll see you all very soon. Bye, y'all.
Bye.
Okay, so we're up here in one of the attic rooms, and we're going to do a quick demo with the DC75 that has now had all its parts refurbed. We did it in the garage, but that floor is concrete
underneath it, so it limited the amount of airflow.
So we wanted to try it on a wooden floor and see if it made any difference.
contact that's got.
Yeah. Yeah. Pulling the carpet right up.
But removing that little guard, that little strip,
Yeah.
apparently that is what improves that. Improves that airflow through it. From small bit landing and this double attic room, I mean a lot of it is carpet fibres, but it's carpet that gets hoovered often, very, very frequently, with Kirby's, all sorts. Things with, like, you know, far better agitation and
old
everything.
Juniors.
But
wow.
There is still, there's, you know, there's quite a bit of fine dust. I mean, you can make another rug out of that.
You could, yeah. Looks like a rabbit's tail.
Because I mean, you know, the brushwork on that is just so aggressive. There's a lot of sand, a lot of fine grit. That's did you use that duo powder up there?
Yes, this is the room I did the duo powder in, but that's like over a year ago.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, that's still coming
and
out.
And it's been washed, like, you know, with the Vax before then
so
as well.
gritty.
Yeah. I hate that SIBO powder and the Dyson one as well.
I think if anything, it's cutting the fibres underneath your carpet over a long period of time. Doesn't matter how many times or how good your vac is.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I mean, all in all, I mean, really, that's quite a good result. What I would love to see is this on a carpet that's only been used for straight suction.
Yes.
For like a few years.
Yeah, exactly.
And then really see the power of that bring so much, you know, sand, dirt, fluff, dog hair, everything else that's just been sat really. So yeah, all in all, really happy.
Yeah, that's very good. Excellent. Right, we'll clean it all out and put it all back together and carry on.